What are we
Here we
saying?
go.
We're absolutely rocking. Q&A episode 4. Is that episode 4? Absolutely
I think
rolling. Episode every single Saturday. If you guys do have any questions that you want us to answer in future episodes, just comment down below in the YouTube description. We will be figuring out a way to put these podcasts and Q&As on Spotify because that's how I listen to all of my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a way that I can do it through Riverside, so that'll be cool. But yeah, anything to say, Kadeem? How you feeling?
Now I'm feeling good. I finally got a trim today, so
Finally
it's
trim myself up.
yeah,
Um,
it's yeah.
yeah, I've got a few questions that not only have I had asked me over and over, but also I've seen people ask Ben, people ask different people. So first one that I want to actually go into is like, what is knee ability? Because we talk about it all the time, right? Knee ability, knee
Mm,
ability. Why is it so important? What is it? This break that down as the first point of today, the first question. What is knee ability?
love it, love it. Nice. That's a good question because like I think the more people understand this, the easier it's gonna be as well for our content because then we can just use knee ability because it's really different from just knee strength or knee range of motion, whatever.
Yeah.
The second word already says it kind of if you understand it well, or the way I understand it is like, okay, the ability, what can your knee actually do, right? Every knee has some abilities to some extent.
Yeah.
Even a knee that just came out of surgery, maybe it can flex, 1 degree, 2 degrees. That's still a certain degree of knee ability. And
Yeah.
the goal with what we're doing is that we increase our knee ability, right? We have our knee able to do specific stuff at a high level. That means, okay, we can get into deep ranges of motion. We're strong there. We can jump high. We can land, absorb those forces. We have the ability within our knee. That's how I'd sum it up real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a thing of like that's pretty much our bread and butter. That's what we've been taught as HG coaches. That's like what we focus on. And the thing this kind of wraps into one of my other questions, and it's that I keep like most of our job we just get asked, oh, what if I have this injury? What if I have this injury? What if I have chondromalacia patella? What if I have an ACL injury? What if I have meniscus? What if I have patella tendon? And it's like what it really boils down to for me is like we don't address anything medical, right?
Yep.
What we do as coaches and as strength coaches is take someone's current level ability, like you said, whatever that be, whether that literally just be walking backwards, whether that be being able to do an HG split squat, wherever they're at, and then taking them to extreme levels. And we often see that that's where the real change comes in. And there's like this, it's like kind of like a math equation, like knee pain and knee stuff of like on one side you have like how much pain you're in and how much you can do the stuff you love, and then on this side you have the ability, and it's not exactly 1-to-1, but there is a thing of like the more knee ability you get, the more correlation with less pain and being able to do the stuff. So for example, like if your knee hurts like walking down the stairs, okay, cool, let's get strong in the reverse step ups and increase our knee ability there. And then when we start to go down the stairs, it doesn't hurt anymore because we actually have put more demand on our knee that actually needs to be handled by going down the stairs. And the same thing can be done with everything. So it's like, what is condylomalacia patella? What is this? What is it? That? Like, that's not the question that you should be asking. The question that you should be asking is like, what kind of level of ability do I have right now and how can I improve that? And then you might be able to avoid the surgery. You might not. Like, that's not our decision to make. Our decision is to help you like address root cause of things, because an ACL surgery, for example, they go in and they've reconstructed your ACL. It doesn't mean it's just fixed. It means that they've reconstructed your ACL. It doesn't get to the point of why did I have this injury? Well, it's a lack of ability, right? You put too much demand on your knee for what it could handle.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's the thing there. Like with too much demand for what you can handle, that's the thing really with ability, right? Because different sport obviously requires more ability, right? You're putting more forces into that knee. You're challenging it more. So it's all about, okay, right, if my knee, okay, I have this certain medical condition that we don't address, we're looking, okay, you have this medical condition, what's currently the ability you have there? Like what can you currently do? Okay, how can we increase your ability so that you can go and play the sport you love again?
yeah,
Right. That's really, I think, the main thing there. Like with actually, like if you're not trying to play sport, if you're just trying to sit down, you don't need loads of knee ability. But like it's a thing of almost you don't you probably don't know exactly where your knee ability is, and you think, oh no, I'm in pain, like this is causing me a problem. You could have that breakthrough right in front of you, right, by increasing your knee ability, not
Yes.
actually, okay, I need this, or I need this, whatever, like medical treatment. That, like, for me, for example, like, I had like my when I play football, I used to play football, and I fall on my knee. My knee swells up like crazy. I don't know what happened to my knee. I couldn't bend it, all that stuff, and I even got like MRIs and never really got diagnosed with a tear, which is amazing. It was good for the mind, because then it reassured me, okay, nothing is actually really wrong. But obviously, I knew something was wrong, like something was clearly hurting. But then once I realized, okay, like I don't even need to care about if there's something wrong or not. Like I know how my knee is feeling, so all I need to care about is increasing the knee ability, so that I know my knee is feeling better, no matter what's going on inside there, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
We need to probably put a caveat in there of like pain-free ability. Like, we don't ever want to be pushing
yeah,
through pain. Like, if you're,
yeah,
oh yeah, I'm gonna do these reverse Nordics, whatever, and like you're going through pain or you're not prepared for it, like
yeah,
that's a recipe for disaster. So, and there's a couple of things there of like one that I'm thinking of is like people. You mentioned the mind there of like people label themselves once they get diagnosed with something. It's like for example, chondromalacia Malaysia patella, just for an example, just out there. So it's like I go to the doctor, like there's some knee pain. Hey doc, like, can I have an MRI? Has an MRI. Oh, you got this thing. You got this thing. Now I am this. I have this, and it's a disease, and this is what I have. I have a
yeah,
syndrome. I have something, and then you start to identify yourself with that, and you think, no, I have to have this surgery or this to be able to fix it. When it's like, okay, what if you never got that MRI, like you're saying? Like, what if you went there and the MRI didn't diagnose you, or the pain wasn't even coming from that diagnosis? It's in a different area. Like, what about all of those things? Like, some, for example, for me, I had snap kneecap and then meniscus tear, and I had the surgery and stuff like that. Years down the line, my ACL, my stuff in the back of my knee is like snapping into place. I'm taking a few steps and I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on? So
mm,
then I go to the physio and like, I don't want an MRI. I don't want to go through the whole process where, I mean, he's like kind of feels my knee and he's like, well, it could be like ACL tear, like grade 2. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking from doing. Like, I think it's called the Lockman test. But he does that and then he plays around with some other stuff. He said, it could be this, it could be this, it could be that. And I was like, why am I even here? Like, what has this got anything to do with anything? So then I know I didn't want another surgery because like it's 4 years down the line of my original surgery. Like, I don't like, I'm good, okay?
yeah,
Like, I'm in a worse position. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not advocating against surgery. Some surgeries are definitely needed and some surgeries can help. But like, I hadn't even done the right training, I hadn't addressed the right areas, I haven't done anything like that. So I'm like, okay, probably I should do that then. So then I learn everything about knees and start training. And now I've put in like it probably wasn't 4 years from my surgery. It was probably a couple years from my surgery. Maybe it was like two or three. I can't remember exactly when it was. So I probably put in like 3 or 4 years of work since then, right? And it wasn't all smooth sailing. It was up and down. It was whatever.
yeah,
Now, like, I have a crazy level of pain-free ability, and I put in the work over 4 years.
yeah,
And like, I could possibly have a scan, and it could possibly say you still have an ACL tear, or you have this tear, or this tear, or this tear. And I probably wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, because like you can take a handful of people, put them into a scan, and like the majority of them will have tears and not even know, or it'll
yeah,
be symptomatic or whatever. So it's like it's not this one and one thing. And again, like we got to be careful with what we say, but like
yeah,
the moral of the story when I'm trying to make this case is like your medical decisions should be for your doctor, but what you can do now is what you need to focus on. Okay, what level of pain free ability do I have? And that kind of gives people hope of like, okay,
yeah,
I'm not just broken. I'm not
yeah.
just this person that has this syndrome, that has this thing, and I can't do anything about it. The power's out of my hands. I need something external. It's like, no, is that ever the case ever with anything in life? No, the
Wow.
power's usually in your hands to a certain extent, right? So it's like, well, let's find out, can we walk backwards? Like, people have even messaged Ben saying, like, I couldn't even do the backwards walking, but I got into a pool, took the weight of gravity off me, and now I'm walking backwards in there. That's now allowed me to do the backwards walking in real life. That's then allowed me to get pain free walking forwards. It's like, okay, well, Can you walk backwards? Okay, cool. You're doing better than these people that were backwards walking in the pool. So just start there. If you have to get a surgery in the future, you have to get a surgery. If you don't, you don't. Like, but this just focus on what we can focus on, right?
Absolutely. That's on the point. Like, let's focus on what we can focus on. If we have the diagnosis, perfect, amazing. Now we know more, but it shouldn't put you into that box, as you said, where you're then identifying and seeing it in a negative way. You should, if you have the chance, okay, to get an MRI, whatever you get it, you have now a blessing. Cool. You know what's going on, but it's a good thing because now you can address it with the knee ability, though, right? Not, oh, ACL tear, like, dang, what's going on now? Oh my god,
Yeah.
like, you know, like,
Like the
it,
route's not massively different. Like there is different stuff for different injuries, but like
yeah,
it's not like worlds apart, right?
absolutely, and the knee ability applies to different, different areas, right? People with ACL tears, they might really struggle with a polyquin step up, where there's like these
Yeah.
high tension on the ACL or a Nordic stuff like that. People with meniscus, they might need to focus more on the knee ability in the deep ranges. Like, it varies from person to person, but the ability is
Yeah.
applicable to every area, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Every area, like it could
Yeah,
be like even now, like my obviously like I've gotten to elite standards, but my groin's not where I want it to be. So it's then could that hold back my knee ability? Probably because then your groin inserts at that back of the knee, like
yeah,
in a hamstring, like the inner hamstrings go down to that like inside of the knee. So it's like, well, what if I have tightness and pain on the inside of the knee? Am I going to say, okay, I just need to do some squats or some split squats, or whatever? It's like, no, I could help with the groin. I could help with all these other stuff as well. And it's like this holistic approach of like,
yeah,
can we just make our entire body, all our areas, super mobile, super strong, and have that plyometric force?
yeah.
If we can, then things are going to feel better. Like that's just how it works.
Yep, yep, absolutely. And it's all about, I think, to sum this question up, like, in terms of ability, pain free, increasing the ability there,
Yeah,
scaling to your level of ability,
yeah,
and then scaling that up. That's key there. And then the structural, I think it goes back into structural balance thing as well.
yeah,
Like, because you can increase your ability in certain areas where you don't even think maybe that's a problem. But even if it's not directly where the problem area might be, it will still contribute to you maybe compensating with certain areas, all that stuff. So I think structural balance is also really important on the ability side of things.
yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. And that's the thing of like, even if you're going to have a surgery down the line, if you get stronger before, the other
Yep,
side's going to be much, much better, much, much easier. So there's no person that can't start doing something, whatever that be. It's like,
yep,
okay, well, can I do this? No, okay, well, that's eliminated. Let me try this. Can I do that? I can do that. Amazing. Can that then help me do this? Yeah, it can. I can start doing this a slight bit. Okay, amazing. I'll start doing that. Okay, that's getting better. Okay, and it's the mind thing as well. It's like if you get more competent in your knee, that's going to give you more confidence to do the rest of your life.
yeah,
Like if you do nothing and you avoid this joint and you avoid this area, you're gonna feel like you're just broken and you can't do anything. If you try and address it and then realize, okay, I can't not do anything. Like I can do some stuff, whether it be the small stuff, and then it's getting better. It's like, okay, I'm not just this broken person. I'm not just like not fixable.
absolutely. Like, that's the hope we want to give out there, because we've seen, obviously, miracles and stuff like that. So it's even if it's, like, person watching right now or listening, even if you think, okay, this is, I used to be that person, like, okay, oh yeah, this sounds amazing, it makes so much sense, but my knee's just different. Like,
Yeah,
you
literally,
know,
I remember shouting at you because you were saying that you're like, no,
yeah,
it's like this has been going on for ages. Oh, you're not special, Kadeem. You're not special.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We all got knees, man.
We all
But
got these.
yeah, nice,
Some
good,
some are better than others.
absolutely.
Cool. Second question is then like, okay, on right, so Instagram, TikTok, all these places are like absolute scroll feeds. That dopamine, like you can see a million different methods in about 10 minutes, right?
Yeah,
If that's what your feed's presenting you. So it's like, why should I start training your way? And then what is even different about Bulletproof Ballers than this guy that I see on my feed or this guy that I see on my feed? Like what's special about you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like if someone asked me this, like, and I think depending on where the person is and what person is asking, because like for different people, different things are important, right? What was really important for me personally when I was looking for someone to actually help me, it was someone, first of all, that took me serious, and second of all, that actually has done what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right. That was really, really important for me and for us. Like the whole team in Bulletproof Ballers, we've all gone through an injury. We've all gone through that cycle of, okay, being lost, not knowing what to do, going through that whole thing of actually, being injured and searching for a solution and then eventually finding one. So we now know, okay, what it means, first of all, to be able to provide a solution, and also what's important in terms of the structure of the whole process. I think that's key as well, because and that's what we really can help people with, because the exercises are out there, like there's thousands of exercises. What we do and really put loads of emphasis on is really the whole process, which is from where you are right now in pain, not knowing, not actually seeing loads of progress. Maybe you are right there, maybe you're also already over that phase. No matter what phase you're in, starting from there and making sure we rejuvenate your joint, all the joints, right? Not just talking about the knee right now. Rejuvenate, we mean, okay, actually bring life back to that area, actually make it feel good again, to give you that confidence as well that you can improve from there. And we use different methods for that: short range, blood flow, floss bands, and really tools that we actually use ourselves and have tested and see, okay, this stuff works, right? Let's actually use that as well. And I think then it goes into the rebuild, then into the return to sport. And we've gone in much detail there in other videos. I think this process is absolutely amazing. And because we're not close to any, okay, oh no, this is bad because it's not what we used or whatever. No, like if it could help someone, we're going to use it. So we're really individualizing to a person's needs and making sure. I think that's what I'm so hyped about, that we can scale this infinitely, right? We're not just making sure, okay, you start to feel better a little bit, but like we're actually gonna get you to levels where you've never been before, in
Yeah.
terms of ability, in terms of how you're feeling, the confidence you have, because like I think that's what it's all about. Like you should never stop. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just writing down some notes there. That's why I was looking down at my phone. But yeah, that was a really good answer. I have a few things here of like the the answer. First thing I would say is like there's several good methods, right? There's not just one. Like we think our methods are really really good and we've used them, but we're always going to be biased towards our methods because we have used them and seen the results. So this may not be the only way to do something, but it is a way that works. So then it's like, well, stick to something and find out. If you keep switching between this system and this system and this system and this system, I tried these exercises and then I mix some of this exercise in here with this one, and then I take this bit from this one because I don't really like that bit, and it's like you're gonna miss the whole essence of the thing of like one of the most important things of our system is that you do the exercises in a certain order. So
Yeah.
it's like the sled comes first, and the tips and the calves, the feet stuff, and then you do like the Patrick step up. All of those then make the split squats feel better, and then it makes the squats feel better. So it's like if you just were like, oh, I'm just gonna start doing the split squats, put those at the start, it feels completely different. It's a completely
Yeah.
different thing. So then if you're using someone else's system but add this, and this in, it may work, but like the if you're using a system, use the whole of it.
Yeah.
Use it for 3-6 months. See if you are getting good results. If you're not, then change the system and go all in that one, rather than keep bouncing and keep trying other ones and not using the whole system. That's the first thing. Second thing's like there's nothing special about us, right? There's a few special things about our mentors, right?
Yeah.
Like Charles Poliquin, pretty successful strength coach. Obviously, that's not a direct mentor, but that's the mentor that mentored our mentors. Then
Yeah.
we have Ben Patrick, absolute goat. Like
Yeah.
the amount of hours of content and podcasts and stuff that I've watched of his is you wouldn't even realize. And there's stuff behind just a few Instagram videos, right? There's unlisted videos, there's the learning ATG for coaches, there's a bunch of different stuff that people don't see. So people think they understand the ATG system because they see a few Instagram videos. Oh, I know what that is. Do you? And then Ben's obviously learned from Charles Poliquin, and then you have that mixed in with our other mentor, Keegan Smith, who is a world-renowned strength coach. He's won NRL premierships with the Sydney Roosters, and he's just also a goat, right?
Yeah.
And like we have direct access to him. We've literally spent a lot of time with him, flashing out our systems and stuff, and he loves the ATG stuff, and has also helped us combine some other stuff to make it our system, not just like, okay, take the ATG and just use it, even though like the ATG is a really, really good system. So then it's like, yeah, there's nothing special about me, mate. Anyone can do what I'm doing. All you need to do is listen to the people that we listen to. Are you willing to put the thousands of hours listening to the people that we listen to? No? Okay, well, listen to me to steal the best bits, right? Like, there's that, and then there's the two things of like you said, of like, what I trust in a person is whether they've got the results that I want, and if have they helped other people get the results.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. Like anyone can kind of get results and be like an unconscious competent, where they're like, oh, I got these results, but like I think it was because of this, but I don't really understand. Like I just like genetics could play a role, this, and this, and this. So it's like, okay, I've got the results. Clearly, we've got the results. Like we're going from chronic knee pain to not. It's like, okay, who else have we helped? Well, look on our testimonial page. Like you'll see a couple of people that we've helped. You know what I mean? And then our system that we've learned from ATG has the most knee success stories out of any system ever. So it's like not just us; our actual mentors have the success stories. So those are two things. And then the final thing is just that we care, right? So it's like every single person. Like I was saying this on my YouTube video that I recorded is going to come out probably Monday, and I was saying how like when I was like, I probably would have been more consistent. I probably would have done more of the stuff. I probably would have taken more things if I just had someone, a physio that cared, rather than just saw me every 3 weeks and gave me some exercises and just said, oh, it's not that bad and whatever. Like, it's my life, right? I'm 16 years old. I'm trying to go pro in football, and it's been taken away from me. I've had a knee surgery, and everyone's just like don't worry about it. Like I've had this and this. Like yeah, it's only you're only cutting open your knee. It's like yeah, like do you want to take my place? Like what are we saying? So then no one really understands that, and then you go to your physio thinking, oh, they're gonna like they'll know, they'll understand, and then they give you for exercises that aren't that great, and then they don't really like understand your story. I had one physio that really, really did. I loved him, but I had him for about 2 weeks, and then he left to go private because obviously the good physios would probably do that. Obviously, I'm not dogging every physio out here. Like Marnie's a physio; she's a lovely lady, and I'm sure she definitely cares. So it's like maybe it was me, maybe it was different people, but like a lot of people don't care. So it's like we really do. We really understand what happens to someone when they go through an injury like this, and what it actually takes to get through it and get to the other side. And we treat every single client like it's like our best friend, right? So then it's like we want these results more than you do. So some people aren't sending in form videos. Like I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, why are you not sending in the form videos? Like, do I care more about this than you do? Like, seriously, come on. And then they're like, oh yeah, okay. And they feel like they have someone that cares, and that's the most like that's a beautiful thing, right? Like knowing that someone wants the results for you more, like not more than you do, but just as much as you do, and can help you get there, right?
Yeah, like the support is a big thing, because like we're not saying, look, this is just an easy thing that like magically happens. Like it is a process, right? And we want to make it a process as well, because everything else is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you might get some quick results in the beginning, and then you feel like that's what happens often as well. Like, oh, you get quick results, nice, pain free again, go back playing and fall off, and then it comes back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're really trying to give you something here for life, in terms of training, in terms of how you can treat your body, in terms of how you can get the knowledge yourself to then bring that ripple effect to life, right? So that you can then go and help someone else, go and help a family member, whatever, go and help your team. Like we know, like statistically, if we get, let's say, a football player in, he's going to have at least 3, 4, 5 people that he knows from his team that are also struggling with
Yeah,
injuries,
with
right?
something, with some kind of thing.
Absolutely. And this is why this the why behind it, and I think that process of having the support, and if someone cares about you, then you will automatically get the knowledge. Like, you will accept what they say more, first of all. Like, when you just go to school and you're like, oh, I don't even care, like, yeah, like, you're not going to get the knowledge, it's not going to sink into your brain. But like, if you actually are there with your mind emotionally as well, like, look, this person cares about me, you're excited about the process, that's key. You're going to get this knowledge, and you're going to be excited to even
Yeah,
tell other people about it. Man, I've done this, I've been on the Bulletproof Blueprint for 3-4 months now. Look, let me tell someone else about this.
100%. And we have people do that over and over. Of like, I've got mates that have an injury. Like, can I refer them to you? And that's a good analogy of the one with school. Of like, the classes that I done the best in were the ones where I loved the teachers,
Yeah,
because it's like, it's a bit of both. Of like, I really get on with them, but I also respect them. Those two. Of like, if I really like them, like, I'm still gonna mess about, blah blah blah. If I really like them and then I really respect them, when they tell me to shut up, I'm gonna shut up. But when they have a good time, we have a good time. And that's kind of what you want it to be like. And then also with the analogy of school, of like, you go to school for, at the very minimum, 16 years to get an education, right? People think, okay, imagine if you went to school for 3 months, would you get the results?
probably not, right? 3 months is
Probably
not.
couldn't even be able to speak English. Like, if I tried to learn Spanish for 3 months, like, if I go super super hard, like, maybe I'd make some amazing results. But then if I stop doing Spanish, like, I'm not just
Yeah,
going to keep Spanish. So it's like, the getting back to football is just the start, right?
yeah,
So why don't you just take a year and a half, 2 years to change the entire trajectory of your life, rather than just think, okay, I'm going to do this program for 3 or 4 months. I'm going to get back to football, and then once I'm back to football, I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to stop doing it. Okay, well, see what happens.
yeah,
So we have
yeah,
to drill into our clients, like, look, this is a lifestyle change.
yeah,
Like, the more you're educated, the more you understand, that the longer you make this like a, no, this is my life now. Of like, okay, I've cut out the say, like, say we went into someone's, like, they're like, oh, I can't afford the program, this and that. Okay, cool, no worries. Like, can we just take a look at your finance together to see if like, how important is this to you? Like, could we sort something out? Yeah, we could think about it. It's like, hey, like, how many times a week do you like kind of go out, eat food? Well, having a takeaway once a week on Saturdays, and it's, for the family, it's like 60-70 quid. All right, why don't you just have a home cooked meal instead? You save 50 quid and you can afford the program. Ah, but we have good family time together. Like, cooking a meal versus takeaway, like, the cooking the meal is going to be healthier. You're going to feel better. You could probably do it all together. It's going to be more fun. Versus the takeaway that costs you an extra 50 quid. It's like, how important is it for you to get the knee pain results? It's like, you could work an extra 4 hours a week
yeah,
to do it. It's like, you need to not think of this, or like, you can't just, okay, I'm going to do this for a small amount of time and then think everything's going to be fine. It's like, no, this is part of your life now. Like, if you really
yeah,
care about something, you make it a priority and you make it part of your life.
yeah.
That's just how it is. Like, you don't say, oh, maybe this month I won't pay rent.
Yeah,
They don't live in a house then.
it's there. Like, your body is not even like rent where you pay each month. Like, it's every day. It's a machine.
Oh
It
my
needs
gosh.
maintenance every
Like,
day.
I see people like really washing their car, taking care of their car, like they love it. I'm in the car wash, my car is so cool. You're obese.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
care more about your car, your materialistic status, than yourself. Like, let's take a look in the mirror, mate. Like, this take myself to a car wash. Like, what are we saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, here, like, what did it, like, for some people, it takes, for example, something like this. Okay, maybe they listen to this, and they realize, look, okay, they're right.
Yeah,
Um,
some people get offended. Some people might be like,
some
oh,
people, yeah, might get offended, like, but like, we're doing this in a place where, if someone told me this, like,
I was
5 years
like
ago,
13 stone.
yeah,
I could have carried on.
amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this all comes from a place of, not saying, okay, we know more than you or whatever, but like, we've been through it, right? We kind of we spend hours and hours and hours figuring out, okay, what, how can we optimize this? What, like, how can we make sure that the results are coming day to day, all that stuff. And like, it's so valuable. That's why I really just want to share whatever comes to mind for me in terms of, okay, look, if my younger self heard this, I'd be happy. I'm gonna share it. Like, no matter if someone's gonna get offended or not. Like,
And
it's
you often talk to who you used to be, right? So when I'm getting all excited like this and like that, it's like because I'm thinking about who I used to be and what I would have needed to be said to me of like,
yeah,
Liam, take a look at yourself in the mirror. Like, do you even like? I mean, we can edit a photo up of here of what I used to look like when I'm fat.
yeah,
You'll be like, that's not even Liam.
yeah. I didn't even recognize you. Yeah, it's
You can't
crazy.
even. If you would have like said to me like, who is that? I would have been like, oh, I'm just living life. Like I'm not even thinking because I'm so depressed because I'm so like in this knee pain because I'm so like, oh no, my life's just screwed up. That I'm not even thinking about it. Right, I'm just going through the motions of day to day life. So it's like it takes something that's like a hammer to the face to be like, oh no, I actually need to sort something out.
Yep, yep. That's what I meant. But yeah, exactly. Like it's either gonna be a hammer to the face, or it's gonna be like loads of small things
Yeah,
um over time. But yeah, that's it. I hope this inspired at least one person to
yeah.
look in the mirror
Probably
now
need,
today.
probably need
Literally.
one person. So I hope that was you. Whoever's listening to this.
Let's go.